Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2022 found footage comedy horror Deadstream, a film that is co-directed by Joseph Winter and Vanessa Winter, and Joseph Winter also stars in the film along with Melanie Stone. Right, so the film follows Joseph Winter's character Sean Ruddy, who essentially is a streamer on YouTube and other platforms. He is like a controversial streamer. For the last 7 years or so, he's done like loads of crazy stunts that constantly keep getting him in trouble. And each of them are kind of themed around him facing his fears, things like that. However, one particular stunt got him in a lot of trouble. He got demonetized, all that kind of stuff. And he's kind of back on the platforms now and he's trying to get back on board. And the next stream he decides to do is another fear that he's trying to conquer, and it is to spend the night in a supposedly haunted house all by himself and live stream the whole event. So that's what he does. Guess what? It doesn't go according to plan, and a night of scares and laughs ensue. Right, what are my thoughts on Deadstream? Well, I've been hearing so many positive things about this one. Up to now, I hadn't had a chance to check it out. But now I have watched it. And I have to say, this is one of the most original and best found footage films I think I've seen for the last, 2, 3, 4 years. Obviously, I watch a lot of found footage films, guys, because if you know me and you know my content, you know I really enjoy found footage. So I put a lot of content on the channel of found footage films, and I have to say this one is an absolute joy. Getting horror and comedy to blend just right in a film is never easy, and then to throw into the mix found footage too. Wow, how do you pull that off? And I think they've absolutely nailed it with this film. And I have to commend Joseph Winter here. Absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite, hands down, favourite characters in any film I've seen for a couple of years, I think. He is fantastic. He was so good. He was hilarious. I mean, literally, I was laughing so hard watching him and his performance at times. That girlish screech he keeps coming out with was just, I just cherished it. It was so fantastic. And I think the balance this film got right, it was ridiculous, stupid, funny, but they still managed to pitch it in a way that felt grounded and real. I mean, the real talent with a found footage film, a good found footage film, is to make you think what you're watching is real. And how do you do that if you're making it deliberately a comedy too? I would imagine that, and it's probably why you don't see it often in found footage like comedy. But they nailed it, and I think the reason why he nailed it was because he was being this character online. You know, this character that he personifies online, and he's a bit of a jerk, basically. But it still manages to feel like a real situation and a real scenario, even though the stuff that happened to him are just hilarious. I mean, he's got these entities chasing him. One in particular, he's just making his life a living hell, sticking fingers up his nose, torturing him. And it was absolutely wonderful. And there's a bit in the film where like he jumps out of a window that I nearly choked on my drink. It was wonderful. I really, really enjoyed this film. I just thought, I'm always saying with found footage, as much as I love the genre, it's very, very hard to make an original found footage film anymore because, the blueprint is, it is what it is. It's quite quite simple to make a found footage film. It's not easy to make a good found footage film. And this film is not only good, it is wholly original at the same time. And I was super entertained by this one. I desperately hope it's released on Blu-ray, because I really do want to own this film on Blu-ray. I thought it was endlessly charming, very, very funny, and I thought the production values as well were absolutely fantastic. I mean, really on point. Some of the effects that we get here as well. I mean, it would have been potentially easy to make, the ghoulish stuff look comedic. And some of it they do, but some of it they make look really sinister and quite frightening at the same time, with some really imaginative designs. So it's hard really to give you a lot of faults with this one. I suppose if you don't like found footage, I mean, I would implore anyone to check this out, even if you can't stand found footage, because I just think it's really clever and inventive what they've done here. I think it's a really wonderful original entry into the found footage genre. And I thought it was paced wonderfully too. I mean, you get this real nice ease into the film of introduction to this character whom you immediately like, which I think is fabulous. And then, you kind of thrust into it, and it's like breakneck speed from that onwards. I mean, you could argue that you could get sick of his screeching, because it literally does not let up at all. It's him screeching, charging about, and hiding, and then talking to his followers, and some of them giving him ideas, some of them doing this, some of them doing that. And it was great. To say it was just really him on screen for the majority of the film, other than, the ghouls that he's interacted with and stuff, I thought it was brilliant. It probably shouldn't have worked, but it absolutely did, and I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this one. Strongly recommend this one, guys, Deadstream. I thought it was wonderful, so thanks for watching. I'll be back with more content on the channel very, very soon.